So today is the beginning of April, so I thought I'd give you a quick allotment tour to show you what's going on. There's some fairly big changes happened since, definitely since the last tour, but over the last month, which I'll show you what I've done in relation to a new polyhouse and a bit of a change to the layout of my allotment. So if you like the video, then give it the thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel to see future videos on how to sow and grow fruit and veg and a few recipe ideas, then press the subscribe button. So as we come into the allotment, already you can see a massive change. The little polytunnel, plastic polytunnel that was there, is now being replaced by a much larger polyhouse. It's, as you can see, it's still under construction. I'm doing a video at the moment as I've progressed, just to show you how I've built it. It's been a bit of a larger task than I expected, and obviously I've had help because of the size of the polytunnel from my brother-in-law. And yeah, it's nearly finished now. I've got a bit of work to do on the frame today, and then we'll look at putting the plastic on. So this area here at the side of the polytunnel was a planted area. I have my fruit bushes, and because of the build I've had to temporarily put them into the bed just up the side of the rhubarb here. But what I'm probably going to do when I put the plastic on is build a very shallow raised bed here and put the fruit, possibly the fruit or the herbs back. I haven't quite decided yet. Here are the broad beans. They need a bit of support. A few of them have unfortunately been casualties of the build. You can see a few footprints on there, but that's inevitable in relation to the size and scale of what has been built. My plan here is I'm going to take out the first 2 rows of broad beans and transplant them, and then I'm going to put a metal cage or a metal fence on the back here, and that's where I'm going to grow my blackberries. And this bed here will be for other vegetables. The raspberries, you would have saw the video I produced about a month and a half ago on how to grow raspberries. I'll put a link to that down in the description. But you can see now the raspberries are starting to take on their leaves and starting to produce the growth that eventually will produce the raspberries. You can just see just at the bottom here we're starting to get new raspberry shoots coming up as well, so it's all good on the raspberries. If I take you around here to look at the rhubarb is amazing. I split this about 18 months ago to get 12 out of what was 6, and last year I got some decent rhubarb out of it, but as you can see this year I'm going to get an absolute load of it. I've been watering that at the root under the leaves even during the winter period, so it's you know, you can see that the growth on it. These beds here are my strawberries, and there's a lot of work to do with them in the next few weeks in relation to tidying them up, getting rid of all the dead leaves, digging up the runners and replanting them, because if you looked at the video on my channel relating to strawberries, you know that I have a 3-year rotation plan on the strawberries. So all of these runners here that have grown onto the path, which I've done that purposely, will be dug up and now be replanted in here, which is half a bed where I took the strawberries that were 3 years old out a number of months ago. So that needs a bit of a dig, put the strawberries in, tidy all the strawberries up, and then I'll net it over. Here you can see the other side of the polyhouse, which is fairly large. Here's all my untidy building equipment because I'm still building today. Something else that's changed since the last video is this side of the allotment here. I've completely dug all the way along and removed the path, and if you notice, my neighbour's allotment is much higher than mine. So what I've started to do is put a row of slabs along the edge just to retain the edge, and just gives it a bit of a neater edge between myself and my neighbour. This bed here is going to be half potatoes, which will be going in the next couple of weeks. I'm not putting them in just yet. I know a lot of people are at the moment, but I'm going to wait until the middle to the end of April with mine, just because of the risk of still potential frosts. There's nothing in this bed at the moment. This needs to be dug, and that's going to have other vegetables in it. I have got a plan, but I can't remember what's in there. I'm going to put onion sets in here because I've already got some onions that I'll put in November in this bed here, which, as you can see, are all starting to grow now. and also at the side of them we have the garlic, which is also looking pretty good. The metal cage here needs to be moved because I'm going to put my Mange 2 or support Mange 2 against them, so that's going to be moved over to the left hand side of the allotment. And this bed here needs to be dug, and there'll be vegetables in here. I'm going to have parsnips, beetroot, Swedes and vegetables like that, but that won't take me long to dig that and get that how I need it. Here you can see just a bit untidy at the moment. This is just my area where I've been prepping the timber and painting it ready for the polyhouse. You can see still timber available here ready to put on today, which is the horizontal battens, and there's a lath there for the plastic. Spring onions are looking really good. They're ready to harvest. I've just left them in all over the winter, so they're looking absolutely brilliant. And here's the herbs that were in front of the old polytunnel, which clearly have to be taken out because the polytunnel's much bigger now. And I've got rosemary, sage, which is looking a bit sad at the moment, chives and lemon balm. I'm deciding where I'm going to put them here. So here's a view of the allotment with the new polyhouse at the end and all the way across. Quite a lot of work to do over the next month or two in relation to finishing the polyhouse, digging it all, getting that ready, and also planting. But there you can see that's the progress as we are today at the beginning of April. So as you can see, lots going on at the allotment at the moment. Really excited about the polyhouse build. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and now it's going to give me the scope to grow a lot more things in there. And as you can see, that's well advanced now. Just a few bits and pieces to finish it off and then put the polythene on, and there's quite a lot of work to do at this time of year in relation to getting the ground ready and putting vegetables on. So look out for future videos so you can see what I'm doing over the next month or two and some of the things I'll be doing in the polyhouse. So if you like the video, then don't forget to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the future videos, then please press the subscribe button. Also, if you have any comments about things you're doing on your allotment, then pop them in the comments box below so everybody else can see your comments, and I will respond to all comments. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all on the next video.